Hey guys, welcome back to Real Housewives Recaps. You guys, I sound so much better now. I finally got my voice back. I'm sorry for you. I hope you all are doing well. I got such a wonderful response on the last video of this I put out. So I thought, let's keep going with it. This is the podcast that the writers put out, the Sex and the City writers and producers, led by Michael Patrick King. And it's a kiss assathon like you've never heard, and it's funny to listen to. And I thought, well, let's listen to it. Let's keep going. You guys are amazing. You left so many wonderful comments. I thought, let's keep going. So if you want to hear the uninterrupted podcast, it's in Just Like That, the Writer's Room. On this channel, I do reactions, and I pause a lot, and we talk through it, just like we're sitting together and talking. I talk to you, you guys talk back to me in the comments, and I love them all. I really do. I read them all, and I love them, and you guys are amazing. So let's pick up where we left off. They're interviewing Samantha Irby. She is there to discuss the first two episodes. She's one of the writers of the show. Also, the man speaking is Michael Patrick King. He's been involved since the beginning. And we have Julie Rottenberg and Elisa Zuritsky. Now, it should be noted that Michael Patrick King is 69 years old. The two ladies I just mentioned are 51 years old. Samantha Irby is 41. And I wouldn't normally go off naming people's ages like that, but I just want to point out that these are the ones responsible for writing these 55-ish-year-old women like old mates. As I mentioned, this is part 2 of this. If you missed part 1, go back and watch. It's the beginning of this podcast. And we'll just pick it up where we left off and keep going. Michael Patrick King is interviewing Samantha Irby, and you'll hear Elisa and Julie chime in as well. They're talking about the first 2 episodes that they put out. So here Michael Patrick King is complimenting Samantha Irby. Listen to how he lays it on so thick.
She's Carrie Bradshaw. Part of her is Carrie Bradshaw, even though she says she's part of her is Carrie Bradshaw,
That's
even
so
though
nice.
she's Miranda. But you are. You know publishing
Based on this reboot, I would say he's insulting her to her face.
world. But what's most interesting about you for the show is your feelings about what it was.
So if you're nostalgic for what it was, I just don't understand how you can ruin what this is.
Before you joined.
I mean, when it first aired, I didn't have cable, so I had to wait until all the episodes came out on VHS. So I went to Best Buy.
Amazing.
I got my little box set, and my friend Jenny and I drank champagne, even though I was underage.
So she's clearly a fan, and again, I'm not putting it all on her. She's one of 4 in the writer's room. But I'm just saying, how could you do this? I feel like any one of us in the writer's room would be like, what the hell is going on here? But how could you do this to the original characters that we love so much?
Drank champagne and watched every episode. We just stayed up all night, and I was like, it was unlike anything I had ever seen. And I don't have any friends like Carrie Bradshaw, you know what I mean? All my friends are fucking idiot pigs who are funny and great.
Wow, I don't think I want to be friends with Samantha if she calls her friends idiot pigs. Okay, I'm kind of over the backstory, so I'm going to skip ahead a little bit and see what else we're getting into, because this isn't it.
And you guys maybe don't understand, or maybe you do, but the show meant so much to me, and the 3 of you were so iconic to me.
And just like that, we're back to kissing each other's asses. You know, I want to take a time out and just ask you guys, and leave me a comment what your thoughts are. Why put this podcast out? I had a couple of you guys ask me the same thing in the comments. Why put this podcast out? What are they trying to do? Are they trying to convince us, hey, you actually do like the new season? Look how hard we worked. I'm just really trying to think, what is the angle here?
So open and easy to be around and so receptive. So working on this is a dream.
So it just seems to be our answer here. They're just all kissing each other's asses, and they're sharing one thought between them. Nobody is coming from a real point of view here.
What bugged you? What didn't bug you? I remember one of the first things Samantha said is, we were talking about privilege and money and products and apartments and things.
And yet the characters still have all that, but they forgot how to be people.
One of the things Samantha said that I remember that I felt like a power packet of approval was I loved any time they had a fancy product.
Yeah.
So they've used this show then and become like this insane product placement.
I didn't know what. If they had a water or a cream, I didn't care. I just wanted to see it.
So to me, it just goes back to the idea that it's a cash grab. It's not about bringing back these characters we love. It's about how can we make money off of all this.
I very often, and I'm sure, Elisa, you share this, have this fear of like the decadent privilege and the wealth.
Oh my gosh, no you don't. Shut up. You're so full of shit, all of you. If you really feel like that, let's see you give away your paycheck for all this.
And is that going to keep people off? And Samantha was like, I love that stuff.
I'll be honest with you, I actually love it too. I don't watch this show for reality. I used to, because it was fun and because I want to see what shoes Carrie was buying and what insane outfits they were going to wear. It's like Friends. I always loved Friends. I don't do the math on how the heck Monica could afford that apartment, that kind of thing.
I do. Otherwise, what are we watching this show?
But again, I want to point out they're talking about the things that made the original series fun. And I ask you, where is the fun in the new series? They've totally lost it.
I could look out my window and see regular people. You know what I mean? Like, I want to see some fancy people in fancy clothes, like getting
with
out
regular
of fancy
emotions.
cars.
With regular problems.
Yeah, with fancy lotion.
Yeah.
Yep, because that's what they focused on the reboot, is giving people regular problems. You know, how like when your non-binary boss is hooking up with your best friend in the kitchen after you had hip surgery. Normal problems.
I don't want to see, I could like talk to my neighbor if I want to hear about some regular bitch who had a bad day. Like,
wait, they all just contradicted themselves. They said they wanted to see fancy people with regular problems, and now they're saying they don't want regular problems. What?
Can you tell them really what is the thumbnail sketch of what happens in this elaborately conceived first episode?
Beautiful ladies eating lunch, semen from a young man, and big dies.
Okay, what the hell? Now we see who Brady's storylines are coming from.
Wow.
So if you didn't leave and you haven't seen the episode, don't you feel bad now?
That's what you get.
I have seen the episode and I do feel bad, and I feel like saying that's what you get is exactly what you guys are throwing at us.
Let's talk about the big elephant in the room, which is losing a friend, which is Samantha.
Don't you dare mess with our Samantha.
I'm so glad you
the
said
other
that.
Samantha.
Because we got a new friend in Samantha Irby, but we lost another friend, Samantha.
No, it sounds like you guys were asshats to her, and she's the only one smart enough to say no to all this BS.
Now, let's just say it, and just like that, was never, ever designed to be
For the fans of the original show?
the four of them. I knew very early that Kim Cattrall no longer wanted to play Samantha. She felt she had, I think, said she was done with it.
We all saw the second movie. Is there a wonder why she said no thank you?
So the reality was it was not, who are we going to get to fill this in? And we got to get a new Samantha. And so what we did decide to explore, which was a very heated topic in the fan world, which is like, where's Samantha? It can't exist without Samantha.
Yeah, they kind of have a point, though.
Samantha. And yeah, we didn't want to do the show without Samantha either, so we didn't. We kept her as a character in the show.
Oh, this is such bullshit. They did that so they could hopefully convince her to come back and to keep fans' hope alive and to keep us watching.
And we explored the topics of friends coming and going, losing friends, keeping friends.
I'm so glad that we didn't just say Samantha's in London, oh well.
I think it was a cash grab. I think they wanted to see how the first season did and leave room and opportunity for her to come back maybe in the second one.
That we actually leaned into the fact that it was a rift and that there were hurt feelings.
You're so brave.
And how painful that is, and that we we kept that aspect alive.
We did. We kept it alive. And the interesting thing about the structure of the first episode,
Absolutely nothing. Nothing was interesting about the episode.
since I knew that it's like a rabid thought, what did they do with Samantha? I knew that nothing would be listened to until we handled that. So the fourth line in the new series is, where's Samantha?
Okay, I've been negative. I'll be positive for a minute and say I am glad that they did something right off the bat. I just hate how they handled it. I think it was handled so poorly and such a slap in the face to Kim Cattrall. Even if you're not a huge fan of hers, it's cool. I get it. It just, for her, she's just always such a good friend to Carrie. We saw their ups and downs through all the years, and then to write her off like that, that she would just turn her back on Carrie makes no sense.
And they say she moved to London. And so that's the audience is like, oh, okay, they just did that TV thing where they just got rid of the character in one line. She moved to London. And they're like, all right,
Lazy,
okay, well, at least
lame.
she's not dead.
That's funny because the words lazy and lame have been used a lot in the comments to describe this show.
All right, okay, it's not going to be, oh, okay, it's TV. And then you go on and you enjoy Brady's semen.
Oh my God, I'm having a visceral reaction when he says shit like that. He just said Brady's semen. You guys, that's disgusting.
And the aging stuff, which is so exciting in the first episode.
And you think it's just
And you
like,
think
oh,
it's
they're
done,
doing this again.
And then they're walking down the street and Miranda says, it is like she's dead,
Nope, it's like you guys killed her off.
Samantha. And all of a sudden, that's where we throw the gauntlet down. That's where we say, we're going in here. We're going in on a lot of things.
Just on nothing that we wanted, though, as the viewer. You've talked more about Brady's semen, ugh, you guys, I'm going to throw up, than the actual heart of the show and what made these characters likable.
We have no interest in creating off-story drama. We want to put it in the story.
In a way, thinking about it now, the only way we could honor the reality of how close they were, Samantha and Carrie and Charlotte and Miranda, is to have it be this painful bruise that Miranda touches when.
Nope, that's not what it is. It's that Carrie can never be wrong. And so you've made this character of Samantha go away under the guise that she's wrong, because Carrie can't be wrong.
And she says to Carrie, it is like she's dead. That otherwise, I wouldn't buy it if she were just in another country.
And from here, they break into laughter and go into kissing each other's asses again. Want to hear it? Me neither.
Wow.
Yes, you do, because
Okay.
you are a pop
Unusual.
culture sponge, which is why you're also on the show. You know everything.
Except for how to write likable characters? Okay, I'm gonna barf. I've heard too much about Brady's semen and everything else. Ugh, so gross. You guys, you had to let me know. I'm down to keep going. I'm actually enjoying hearing them make asses of themselves. So if you want to keep going, I'm down. Just let me know in the comments. We'll keep talking crap about them. Got to know your thoughts on this. Let me know what you thought of the writers and everything they were saying, the BS they were pulling about Samantha. Just let me know all your thoughts. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Stay healthy, stay safe, and I will talk to you guys again soon. Take care. Bye-bye.